Google has, according to reports, efficaciously ended plans for a censored searching motor in China. And accessing to information essential to Grasshopper has been hanging for currently, that has stopped advance. Google told it had no instant plans to start a China searching motor. Quoting domestic Google documents and within source, the halt says draft Grasshopper began in the springtime of 2017 and fast in December following Google's head execution. Sundar Pichai, Meta China by the government formal Android app in versions named Maotai and Longfei were advanced and could be start up during 9 months if China by the government adopted, it says. But members of Google's confidentiality crew confronted the Grasshopper draft link, proverb the framework had been stored open secret of them. And following several discussions, Google engineering personnel were said how they were no much longer allowed to go on with the information to assist evolve Grasshopper, that has had harsh ensuing consequences for the draft. The as-called large firewall software of China is infamous for not enabling its countrymen complementary accessing to all the substance accessible on the web. China has in the history 2 years superimposed more stringent rules on overseas companies, consisting new censor restrictions. Specific subject areas such as the Tiananmen box protests in 1989 are as well fully locked. References to policy opposition, dissidents and against communist operation are as well prohibited as are such to complementary speaking and sex. Any searching motor in China would include to perform in the China by the government's stringent rules on censor. Though in the news story present, I don't believe Google's ambitions in China are above, fair stalled. Sundar Pichai has obviously solved how China is too essential, or profitable, a marketplace to undergo up and so, time Grasshopper has met a considerable crash in the way, thanks to its own confidentiality crew, the business will nearly surely discover a new attitude to serving the China marketplace. But in making so it might do severe damage to its mark. Now more than rather than always, U.S. technique companies are by blood pressure to act in the interests of both of America and Americans. Bow to Beijing's demands in everything draft Grasshopper morphs in will be a mordant on Google's principles and its repute. While quizzed by lawmakers on the plans, he told, Order currently, we include no plans to start in China. He told all efforts were domestic and did not now engage discussions in the China by the government. In answer to future questions, Mr. Pichai told the business would be completely translucent in political community if it liberated a searching facility in China. Rather just, China is the largest web marketplace in the planet. Google start up a searching motor in the authoritative country in 2006. Google was pliable in the China by the government's censor requirements at the period, but the searching business stretched the pin in 2010, quoting growing concerns on cyber attacks on activists. In spite its major searching motor and YouTube live video plate creature locked, Google yet has more than rather than 700 employees and 3 offices in China and has been evolving option projects. Its Google Convert app for smartphones was adopted in China recent year. It as well nested in China Dwell Stream Play Plate Chushao in January and has startup and synthetic intellect play on the public print app WeChat.